Sharon, is this some kind of joke? You're getting married? Seriously? Who's the groom? His specs are lower than my husband, right? I will not be happy if he's better looking or makes more money than my Frank. If it turns out he is, I'll do everything in my power to make sure your wedding never happens. Hey, are you listening to me? Tell me who he is now. Sharon, hello? Answer me, for crying out loud. God, Clarissa, would you stop it already? The notifications are driving me crazy. What the hell do my husband's specs have to do with you? You talk about him like he's a frickin' car. Jeez. They have everything to do with me. I put a lot of effort into finding and bagging myself a handsome guy who makes a lot of money. It's not fair if you get to marry someone better and I won't have it. How can you not understand this? It's called basic common sense and decency. I'm not asking you to celebrate for us if you're opposed to the wedding. That's your proclivity and it has nothing to do with me. Oh my God, is it true? Is he really a better catch than my husband? I'm guessing you messaged me after seeing my Facebook? His page is linked in a lot of my posts, so if you took a proper look, I'm sure you'd understand. Huh? Understand what? Oh my God, what the hell is that photo? Bruce? Is this the same Bruce I'm thinking of? He's that porky little zit-riddled four-eyed nerd from our class. Actually, he's much taller than me now and his skin is cleared up nicely. I'll admit he looks better than I remember him, but something's not right here. I can't believe it, Sharon! My jaw almost hit the floor! Alright, so are we done now? There's no way he changed that much naturally. Admit it, he got plastic surgery to fix his busted face, didn't he? I bet he's wearing platform shoes to hide the fact he's a midget, too. No, that's just Bruce as he is. And seriously, is this any way to go talking about my fiancé? Cut it out already. I'm done talking to you. Bye. Yo, Sharon! I just arrived at the church. And I must say, there aren't many hot guys here. Most of them look like they work low-wage loser jobs, like store clerks or cops. I guess after how hard I worked to bag myself a high-rolling model-level stud, nothing is ever going to compare, but still, it's hilarious to get the occasional reminder of what a pathetic waste of space the average woman has to settle for. I've never seen such a sorry group of men. They're so mediocre their girlfriends will probably end up getting stolen by AI. I wonder who the best man in Bridesmaids are. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna be unimpressive losers with no public speaking ability, but I'm still kinda curious. Don't worry, at least with me being here, the atmosphere will improve a little due to my stunning good looks and beauty. Hey, why the hell did you kick me out? To think I was kind enough to give a performance and a speech and this is how you repay me? Why would you kick me out of the banquet hall? You're horrible. The whole hall was captivated by my wonderful performance, but you had to go and spoil it for everyone, huh? What was it, jealousy? Well, it ain't my fault. I'm more beautiful, gorgeous, and stunning than you'll ever be. I was born this way and I can't help it. Have you no shame? You can't have people kicked out of your wedding because they make you feel jealous, you small-minded bitch. God, anyone would think that we were still in high school. Sharon, you have your phone with you, right? You could at least reply to me after kicking me out of your wedding. Ugh. Oh my God, Sharon, are you like for real right now? I can't believe you block me like this after I went out of my way to show up at your frickin' wedding. Fine, have it your way. After seeing your husband, I must say, he's a lot hunkier than I expected. And it would suck to go home after coming out all this way. All right, that settles it. I'll wait until the banquet is over so I can rejoin you guys at the after party. Clarissa, what the hell was that little stunt you pulled in the banquet hall? I never asked you to perform for us, and I never asked you to give a speech. Also, my friend on reception told me that apparently after you walked in and saw everyone handing over their gifts, you burst out laughing and shouted, "Me? Give that ugly hoe a gift? No way!" in front of about 20 people. I'm not saying you're obligated to give me a gift, but you could have at least been respectful towards me given you were at my wedding. Oh, is the banquet over already? I bet the atmosphere fizzled out the moment I left the hall, right? There's no way a bunch of wet noodles like you guys have any idea how to party. That's why I decided to liven things up with my performance. Answer my damned question. Yeah, whatever. The performance and the speech, right? I just knew that I had to do something to liven the place up when I saw what a bunch of low-energy losers the guests were. Really? You should be thanking me. You know, there are lots of people who'd pay good money to have a beauty like me on center stage at their wedding. Oh, and one more thing. Quit being so damn materialistic with all this complaining about gifts. We're friends, so why should I have to give you anything? Geez, next thing you know, you'll be asking me for money. Excuse me? If anything, you should be paying me for the wonderful performance and speech I gave. That was what you call wonderful? Yep, and don't you just know it? You can't deny the entire hall was captivated by my good looks and mesmerizing charisma the moment I stepped up on stage. Your fiancé Bruce fell in love with me too, didn't he? Go on, you can admit it. I can assure you he most definitely didn't. And wow, Sharon, I must say, I thought Bruce was kind of dishy when I saw him in those pictures on Facebook, but he's even better in real life. How the hell did a worn-out old bag like you manage to snag yourself such a hunk? Don't get me wrong, he's nothing compared to my husband, but he's certainly not outside the scope of consideration for the guy I'd consider getting down and dirty with. If you catch my drift. Scope of consideration? God, you really do disgust me, Clarissa. Anyway, in return for my wonderful performance and speech, I'll be taking possession of your husband. Huh? If you're not going to pay me for my services, I'm happy to accept your man instead. Why would I give you Bruce? He's my husband. Relax, girl. It's not like I'm telling you to divorce him. You can just lend him to me every now and then when I need a good servicing, if you catch my drift. Lend him to you? Listen, Sharon, to tell you the truth, my husband Frank is, well, he has a lot of money and he's as handsome as they come. But when it comes to things between the sheets, he's a little underwhelming. It's starting to become a real source of anxiety for me. You must know what it's like when you're not satisfied in the bedroom, right, babe? So what? Why does that mean I should lend you my husband? Your underwhelming sex life isn't our problem. Quit being so stubborn, would ya? If you must know, I've actually been trying out a bunch of new guys recently. You know, to see if I can find one I'm compatible with. I was hoping you could let me give Bruce a test run. Are you insane? I'm obviously not lending you my husband for a test run. What is he, a freaking car? But why? Is this real life? Are you seriously asking me such a ridiculous, inappropriate question on my wedding day of all days? What's the problem? I'll only need him for like 15 minutes max? What is wrong with you? How is it possible that you think this is acceptable? Have you actually lost your mind? Hey, now that's just rude. Everyone does this kind of thing behind closed doors, you know. Actually, I'm pretty sure they don't. Actually, I guess a worn-out hag like you probably wouldn't get included, so it's no wonder that you don't know. I guess only stunners like me get offers regularly. Sorry for confusing you, sweetie. Anyway, the bottom line is your husband is hot, and I want to try him out, so be a darling and lend me him for a little while, okay? Just let me test him out for 15 minutes, and if it turns out we have no chemistry, you can have him back. Okay. Why the hell are you asking me this crap? Oh, you're right. I should be asking Bruce instead. Okay, so if he says yes, do you promise not to complain anymore? That's not what I meant. Anyway, forget Bruce. There's another guy here who wants to talk to you. You mean there's some other poor guy who was powerless to resist my stunning good looks and fell for me in the blink of an eye? Is he even more handsome than Bruce? Well, it's a matter of taste, but I have a feeling he'll be to your liking. Wow, really? Oh, now I'm excited. I take it you want to meet him then? Of course I do. All right, I'll introduce you later. Woohoo! Thanks, babe. First of all, you need to head to room 1502 of the hotel next to the church. Apparently that's where he'll be staying tonight. Okay, I see. This escalated quickly. I like when things move fast, if you catch my drift. But in return for arranging this meeting, I need you to promise to stay away from Bruce. Whoa there, don't get carried away, Sharon. I'll only agree to that if tonight's friend turns out to be my type. Alrighty, no time to waste. Off I go. Sharon, what the hell is this? Are you for real? Why was my husband waiting for me in room 1502? Clarissa, do you still have no idea of the gravity of what you did at mine and Bruce's wedding in the banquet hall? Huh? You mean my wonderful performance and speech that I gave you for free? Which part of that was wonderful? You stole the mic from my frickin' bridesmaid in the middle of her speech and started rambling about your stunning good looks. What the hell did anything you said have to do with my wedding? And more importantly, why did you think it was an acceptable thing to do in the first place? So it wasn't a traditional wedding speech, so what? The whole hall was so captivated they could barely take their eyes off me. Lord knows it was way more interesting than whatever that bimbo I took the mic off was babbling on about. Captivated? Sure, the whole hall might have been watching you, and in a sense, I guess they were captivated, but not in a good way. Everyone was astonished and disgusted by what you did. You don't know that. Oh, yes, I do, because they told me. Everyone in attendance was repulsed and embarrassed by your behavior. Huh? Quit lying, Sharon. Everyone knows my speech was way more interesting than your bridesmaid's. What the heck was she even talking about anyway? I swear I would have fallen asleep if I'd listened to her for 1 second longer. When you got done complimenting yourself, you launched into a hateful tirade against me, going on and on about how it was a miracle I found a husband and how I'd be lucky if he didn't leave me. Then, as if that wasn't outrageous enough, you were so arrogant and crass as to offer me your sloppy seconds if Bruce's performances in the bedroom weren't up to scratch. Is there even a single person on the planet who'd be pleased with a wedding speech like that? I felt like I was gonna vomit. Ugh, and don't even get me started on that song you sung. What the hell even was that? It was my favorite song, duh. Everyone knows that song is about breakups. Why would you sing it at my wedding? I don't know how, but for some reason I made it to the end of your speech without having you thrown out on your ass. But I lost it when you started singing. I had no choice but to ask security to remove you from the premises. We already had a musician booked, and it most certainly wasn't you. Huh? You did? I didn't know that. I'm just grateful that guy managed to distract everyone as you were being thrown out and bring back a sense of normality to the whole thing. But that doesn't change the fact that you almost ruined my wedding. That's nice, Sharon, but I don't see how any of this has anything to do with my husband. I was so looking forward to getting to that hotel room and finding out what kind of hunky stallion I'd be spending the night with. But when I opened the door, my frickin' husband was sitting there. You had no right to trick me like that. Based on what you're saying, I'm guessing you had no idea who the guy who grabbed the mic off you was when you pulled your crazy little stunt, huh? Maybe you couldn't hear his calls of, "We must not let this wedding be ruined by the selfish actions of one individual," amidst the chaos of being restrained and carried across the hall by 2 security guards. First of all, he didn't grab the mic off me. I handed it over willingly when I saw him marching over with that angry look on his face. As for who he is, isn't he your relative or something? I think he got introduced to me earlier on, but I wasn't paying attention. But seriously, who cares? He's my uncle. Wow, big deal. Am I supposed to be shocked or something? The way you were building up to it, I thought you were going to say he was an FBI agent. Actually, you probably should care. Because it just so happens that my uncle is the CEO of your husband's company. What? Not only that, but your husband also owes him a huge debt of gratitude for helping him get a job there a few years back. Apparently, he heard you showed up from one of the other guests, and with that, he rushed over in a panic. I guess he had a feeling you'd be up to no good. Of course, he apologized profusely for what you did. Huh? Oh, and he saw your messages asking me to lend you my husband, too? No way, are you kidding me? Why would you show him those? Naturally, that means he saw you complaining about your husband not doing enough to satisfy you in the bedroom. Seriously? Yep, so that's where things stand for you right about now. Oh my god, does this mean Frank's going to find out about what I said about him? But I'm not ready to tell him yet. I was supposed to find someone better first. You're evil. Sharon, please, you have to undo this. Won't you help me somehow? You made your bed. Now lie in it. If you want to get out of this mess, you need to do it by yourself. You make it sound easy. I can't do this by myself, Sharon. Ugh. Not my problem. But I'm your friend, and I'm in trouble. The fact that you think you and I are still friends after that crazy little stunt you pulled at my wedding is plain worrying. Huh? I regret even inviting you. To be honest, I had a bad feeling about it when I was making the invites, but I knew if I didn't, you'd never stop whining at me about it. I sure as hell wouldn't have invited you if I knew this would happen. Oh my god, you're horrible. You only have yourself to blame. No, help me. Goodbye. Sharon! Apparently the messages at the end there were sent from the banquet hall bathroom, where she'd locked herself in after sneaking back into the venue. At that point, Clarissa's life went totally off the rails. She began spending her husband's money like it grew on trees. Before long, her husband Frank had no choice but to confiscate all of her bank cards. I found out later on that he'd given her $300 before the wedding to buy me and my husband a wedding gift. But she spent it on a brand bag and fashion accessories for herself before the ceremony started. After the incident at the wedding and his meeting his wife in the hotel room at my arrangement, Frank did some serious soul-searching. He also decided to hire a private investigator to look into Clarissa's infidelity. Unsurprisingly, it was found that she'd been cheating on him, but my jaw almost hit the floor when I found out how many guys she'd been seeing. Apparently, it was in the double digits. Upon hearing about her despicable behavior, Clarissa was shunned by all of her friends. And her lovers all broke up with her. I don't know if suddenly being totally starved of male attention made her lonely, but apparently she went into the night industry and began making a living selling her body. Last I heard, she's seeing at least 5 different guys a night in a desperate attempt to come up with my compensation.
Hey, Harry, where the heck did you run off to, boy? Your lunch break ended ages ago. You have no right to slack off. You do well to remember you're nothing but a filthy temp worker at this company. If it were up to me, you'd be working straight through your lunch break, you damn moron.
Hey, Dick. I'm out doing door-to-door sales with Greg, the sales manager today.
Huh? With Greg? Thought it was weird when I couldn't find him, telling me he's with you.
He's away picking up the car from the mechanics right now, but I can pass on a message if you want to leave one with me.
I ain't got jack to say to you, boy. Damn it, I'm pissed. I thought I was going to be able to force you to do all my work without that loudmouth Greg around. I can't freaking believe you're out doing the rounds with him.
Ah, looks like he's back. Just pulling in now.
What? You better not tell him about what I just said. This conversation stays between me and you, boy, or are we clear?
Good morning, Dick. Hate to have to message you like this, but can I ask why there's a massive pile of documents you were supposed to take care of on my desk? I wouldn't be opposed to helping you out with a few pages here and there if you actually asked me, but this is going too far.
Oh, that? I was going to ask you yesterday. You went straight home after your sales calls, and I didn't get a chance. I couldn't be bothered to message you, so I just left them piled up on your desk.
I see. Anyway, where are you today?
Me? It's my day off today.
Oh.
You better make sure you take care of every last file on that desk for me, boy. I want to see the neatest, tidiest looking pile of completed documents on my desk when I get back to that office.
Sorry, but I can't do this work.
Huh?
That goes for now and from now on, too. But I won't be doing your work anymore. Dick, not even if you try forcing it on me. So you might as well save us both the trouble and not even bother trying.
What? You dare defy my orders?
Sorry, manager's calling me. Gotta go.
No, wait.
No, I really gotta go.
But the deadline on that stuff is today. Answer your goddamn phone, boy. I'm a full-time employee at this company, you damn temp piece of crap. You do not have any right to disobey me. You there, Harry. You pathetic little low-life worm. You finally slithered into the office, huh, worm boy? Anyway, stop slacking off in the lobby. I saw you stood around doing nothing near the reception desk, you know. Do not let me catch you speaking to Layla on reception, either. You have no right to even breathe the same air as that girl. You filthy, miserable, worthless temp scum. Oh yeah, and that ain't all. Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused me by slacking off these last 2 weeks, you little pipsqueak? I'm gonna teach you a lesson. You'll know what happens to people who mess with the big boys soon enough. You better prepare yourself for the hell that's about to rain down on you, worm boy. How'd you like that for a kick, pipsqueak? Bet it hurt, didn't it? You know what? Kinda reminded me of my old high school days, back when I used to flush nerds like you's heads down the toilet. I got a nostalgic throb in my right leg thanks to you, loser. You know what they used to call this right leg in my school days? The Nerd Buster, and based on how far you went flying. I can still bust nerds with the best of them. Yeehaw!
Why the hell did you run up from behind and kick me while I was stood waiting at the reception desk?
Huh?
I want an explanation.
Why do you always need me to spell everything out for you, pea-brain? Connect the dots, retard. Don't take a genius. Actually, fine, you know what? I'll tell you this time, since I feel bad for you. Alright, so I kicked you because Kayla from reception, my girl. I gave you an ass whooping because I saw you slacking off, stood at reception trying to get into her panties. I warned you this would happen, but you didn't listen. Don't you dare flirt with my girl again, filthy temp scum. We clear now? We heckin' better be. Now get back to your desk and get work. If I catch you slacking off again, I'll flying karate kick you next time. Pea-brained moron.
Dick, I kinda get the impression you don't know. Could it be?
Know what?
I came from our biggest client company, Sadler's Stationery.
Huh?
They offered me a full-time contract a while back. I finally decided to take them up on it and left your company 2 weeks back without updating my temp contract. But I work for them on a regular full-time contract now.
Wait, what? I didn't know about this.
Well, that's strange. I announced it in front of everyone at morning call about a month before my contract ended.
Well, I just said I didn't know.
Well, Dick, whether you know or not changes nothing. I announced it in front of everyone at morning call, got a huge round of applause, and then everyone even pitched in for a goodbye card and a bottle of whiskey on my last day. Aren't they a great bunch?
Well, I just said I didn't frickin' know.
Anyway, the bottom line is I hold a senior position at Sadler Stationery, your company's biggest, most long-term client. The reason I visited your office today was to introduce myself as the person in charge of all dealings with your company, alongside the announcement of the establishment of a new department at our HQ. The plan was to have some lengthy discussions with your superiors about the future of our business dealings together. But unfortunately, I twisted my ankle with the momentum of you kicking me across the lobby, and I'm in no condition to be discussing business anymore.
Wait. What? Seriously?
I just got treated at a local doctor's and received a diagnosis certificate. Well, I'm about to head back to your office and wait for the CEO of Sadler's Stationery to come pick me up. He seems awfully concerned about me and wants to know exactly how a routine introduction ended up with me at the doctor's with a twisted ankle. Let me guess. Dick, I bet you're currently up to your old trick of hiding away on the roof where you think no one can find you right now, aren't you?
What? Your CEO is coming. No way. I'm not hiding.
Oh, that's weird. You see, your boss says he can't find you anywhere. The entire company is looking for you as we speak. Based on what my contacts tell me, it's chaos.
Oh my god. Are you serious? Oh, this is bad. Real bad.
Adam, our company's CEO would like to ask you a couple of questions. We have to get to the bottom of exactly what happened in that lobby and find out what possessed you to kick me so hard I went flying across the room. Naturally, I told him there's a 90% chance you took the key to the roof, which is supposed to be out of bounds, from the caretaker's office, and are currently hiding up there like you always do when you don't feel like working.
How the heck do you know about the roof?
Oh, I wonder.
I can hear footsteps. Someone's coming up the staircase.
Listen, Dick, the best thing you can do here is to accept your fate and do as the cops tell you. I don't need to tell you how trigger-happy they can get with people dumb enough to resist arrest, do I?
Goddamn you. I lost my goddamn job because of you, asshole. How are you gonna make up for this? I was set for a promotion any day now, but now I gotta find a new job because of you.
A promotion? Really? You, Dick, of all people. A promotion?
Greg from sales was talking about quitting. Who else would they pick to fill his shoes? I've been waiting for a promotion longer than anyone. It was sure to be my turn next. You miserable jerk. You will pay for this.
I hate to be the one to have to break this to you, but they decided on someone else before they'd even fired you.
Huh?
Also, you didn't just get fired for the whole thing with you kicking me across the lobby. There were other reasons.
What?
You slacked off all year round while palming off your work responsibilities onto me and your other unfortunate co-workers, right? Surely you didn't think the higher-ups wouldn't notice. Oh, and not to mention your borderline stalking of your crush. Apparently you followed her home every night after she rejected your offer for a beer after work. What's more, she said she keeps seeing some weirdo crouched in the bushes opposite her street, holding a pair of binoculars matching your description.
You're talking about Michaela from reception? I don't know what gives you the right to go poking your nose into my love life, but let me tell you this. You're dead wrong. I don't know nothing about no stalking. I love Kayla, and she loves me back. I just know it. She's playing hard to get. You know how some girls do that. Oh, wait, what am I saying? Of course you don't. You're probably a virgin, right? You loser dweeb. Stalking my ass. I ain't never heard anything so stupid.
You do know Kayla's engaged, right?
Huh? Wait, what? Kayla's engaged?
Not only that, but she has 2 children.
You're lying. No, my girl wouldn't do this to me. Seriously? Michaela, a housewife with 2 kids.
Yup. Oh, wait, it gets better. Wait till you hear who her husband is. A Greg, the manager from sales. You know, your superior.
What?
They have the same surname, right? You never thought that was weird?
Huh? Oh my god, you're right. I never noticed.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I figure I should make this as clear as humanely possible to you, since you probably weren't listening when it got announced during morning call, just like you weren't that time with me. But the reason Greg is resigning is because he's moving to Sadler's Stationery, which means me and him are going to be working at the same company real soon.
What?
His reason for leaving is pretty much exactly the same as mine. The whole thing took a little longer for him since they had to find replacements to take over his clients. But he'll be working at Sadler's Stationery, here with me from the start of next month.
I can't believe this is happening. Sadler's Stationery is well known for paying salaries way above the industry average, treating its employees really well. This ain't fair. You pair of traitors. You have any decency in you, you'll speak to the bigwigs. Get me a job there by way of apology for your despicable behavior.
It looks like the recruitment process for the mid-career slots is over for the year now, so you'll have to wait till more job openings are available. Sorry.
That's not what I meant. I mean, get me a job by calling in a favor or two.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Well, speaking of pulling in favors, you got your job there through a good word from your uncle who works as head of human resources, right?
How'd you know that? Anyway, so what if I did?
I heard some of the responsibility for your violent outburst in the lobby got pinned on him, and he got demoted.
What?
I'm not saying it's necessarily always a bad thing for people to get jobs through personal connections, and if we're honest, that's just how the world works. But in your case, you used your uncle's influence within the company, and the fact that he protected you whenever anyone questioned your behavior as an excuse to do whatever the hell you wanted, and treat everyone like crap. This is what you get for abusing and taking advantage of his trust and good nature. You deserve everything you got.
Goddamn you.
Anyway, think about it. There's no way what you're asking for would ever happen. Surely you don't actually think Sadler's Stationery are the kind of company to employ people with proven track records of violent outbursts against its employees? I wouldn't put in a good word for you if you paid me $1 million.
Then what the hell am I supposed to do? I just got fired, moron. Do you even understand how serious my situation is right now?
I'd say I've got a pretty good idea, actually. I'm pleased you at least realize how deep in the shit you are. My advice? Start job hunting soon. Don't you think it's a little weird that of all the people in the world, I'm the one you're asking for help?
Job hunting is such a pain in the ass. Hey, Harry. What the heck is this crap? A bill for compensation? I don't understand. Hey, answer me.
You do realize I could have gone to the cops, filed charges against you, so you'd have a criminal record for the rest of your life, right? You should be counting your lucky stars. It's only compensation I want.
Huh?
Your old company managed to beg my bosses not to terminate their contract after your outburst, so fortunately for them, it's business as usual. As for me personally, excluding yourself, I got on with everyone at that company, like a house on fire, and I'm super grateful for all they did for me during my time there. So I have no intention of dragging them through the media shitstorm that would inevitably ensue if I press charges. Besides, I'm not the only one charging you for compensation, am I? I know Kayla from reception definitely is, because we went to see the lawyer together. And then there's the two guys from accounts who are currently working on putting together files containing, well, all your abusive messages.
What?
Taking everything into account, I thought it was only fair that you pay me compensation for the emotional distress you caused me, as well as paying for my medical treatment.
I just lost my goddamn job. I'm unemployed. How'd you expect me to pay you all this compensation when I have no income?
Like I said before, get a job. Compensation aside, how do you intend on getting by without working?
There's only one thing for it. You have to get me a job at Sadler's Stationery.
No can do.
But...
No.
But the money...
Do I have to spell it out like you're a child? I don't want to breathe the same air as you, let alone work at the same company as you.
Huh?
Wipe your own ass, you abject failure of a man.
Oh my god. Harry.
All communications from here on out are to go through my lawyer. Thank you, and goodbye. Dick eventually came up with my compensation money by knocking on his parents' door, who live way out in the countryside, and begging on his knees in floods of tears. Apparently, they were forced to sell their house to get their wayward son out of the catastrophic mess he had gotten himself into. Dick, being his naive old self, mistakenly thought that meant he was out of the woods. He tried his best to convince his mum and dad to let him live with them in their new apartment, but he was flatly refused and ordered to pay back every cent of what they paid me in compensation. With that, his royally pissed off dad drove him over to a friend's company office, where he was forced to live in an old, disused staff room while working 12 hours a day. However, Dick mistook this new arrangement as being the same kind of connection hire that got him into our old company. He soon began barking orders left, right, and centre, and within a week made the grave mistake of ordering the CEO's son and up-and-coming company president to make him a coffee. With that, he was savagely dressed down in front of all 50 employees during the morning team meeting. He now spends his days on the verge of tears, being shouted at relentlessly by a boss half his age.